guys, in this video we're going to show you how to copy some data from Excel into Desmos and then how to use Desmos to make a least squares regression line. So up here I have all of the data entered in for all of these different Starbucks drinks, and I need to select some information in order to be able to graph those. So depending on what I'm doing, I might select one thing or another, but I'm going to do calories and sugar. So I get this little white cross icon and then I click, drag over, and drag down until I get all of that information. And then I can copy that, Control C, go over to Desmos, and click that big red Start Graphing button. When it loads, I should just be able to hit Control V, and there is my information. Occasionally, your window might be a little bit off. It might not show you exactly what you're looking for. And if you see this little plus magnifying glass, if I click on that zoom fit, it's going to take all that information and just align it so I can see it just fine. So that's how we copy information into Desmos. Once we get there, now we need to do our regression equation. So on Desmos, there's a few keystrokes you need to do. We're going to start off with the letter Y, followed by the number that matches this. So since that's a 1, down here I'm going to type in 1. And you see that it drops it down below. That's perfect. That's exactly what I'm looking for. Then I hit Shift, and right next to the number 1 is that little squiggle button. That's the symbol that we're going to use for regression. That tells Desmos that's what we're going to use. Then our equation is y equals mx plus b. But we have those little notations of m x, and then right after this x I have the number 1. So then I type in that number, 1. Y equals mx plus b. Then down below here you'll see that it gives me all of my different summary statistics. It gives me all of the different information that I'm looking for. If I go back to Desmos, and let's say this time I wanted calories and caffeine. Well, since sugar is in the way there, I'm actually going to delete that column. So if I do a right click, go all the way down to delete, I can then select calories and caffeine, Control C, go over to Desmos, select a new space down below, Control V. You'll notice that this has different variables. So when I type that in, that's going to have a different look. So that was a Y2. So then I need to type in the letter Y followed by the number 2. Again, it drops it down below. Shift, squiggle, X. That was also X2. So I type in the number 2 plus B. And there it gives me an equation for that lower one. And if I want to change the colors to make it a little easier to see like which one's which, I can change this to be a red line. Done. So that just kind of identifies all of our different data sets. And if I want to just hide one, I just click on that squiggle and it hides that information. If I click on that dot, it hides that information. So that's how we use Desmos to get our regression equation. This y equals mx plus b with the slope, y-intercept, correlation, and coefficient of determination. All right, thanks for watching this, guys.